Hi everyone, we're joined by Tom, obviously from Anglian Chemicals. I'm just going to have a little bit of chat in this lockdown period. So, Tom, can you give us a bit of an insight of what Anglian Chemicals actually do?
Yeah, so there's kind of three main parts to our business, all three of which affect the football club and our services provided to the football club and the wider Norfolk region in the UK. So the first element of what we do is a janitorial distribution business, which is anything from toilet roll, hand towels, soaps, mops, buckets, gloves, anything that a janitor or a cleaner would need, we buy in and distribute out. The second element is we manufacture chemicals. So anything that is liquid based is blended on site to our formulations that are developed by our chemists. They're blended here in Fakenham in Norfolk, and then they're packed down here in Fakenham in Norfolk as well into anything from a 100ml bottle right the way up to a kind of 1,000 litre IBC or even a 25,000 litre tanker. So we do anything from a washing up liquid to a sanitizer to a shower gel to a floor polish, car cleaning polish, anything that's liquid, we blend and manufacture here in Fakenham. And then the third side of the business is the washroom hygiene and sanitary services. So we go around removing sanitary waste from offices and buildings and disposing of it in the correct manner. So quite a diverse business that supports the kind of janitorial, cleaning, hygiene and maintenance world, really.
It seems like you do near enough everything then, from top to bottom, hand sanitizer, the lot, floors, bathrooms, everything.
That's it, yeah. We aim to be a one-stop shop, really, to capture everything the end user might need, but also other distributors like us. So 85% of what we manufacture here is for other janitorial distributors. So 85% is in own label. So there'll be brands that you'll be buying on, in various retail outlets that will be made here in Fakenham, and you would just never know.
Awesome. So obviously you've been with Norwich for a little bit now. So can you tell us a bit about your partnership with NCFC? Yeah.
So Anglian Chemicals in various different guises has been in Fakenham for 30 years. And the previous owners, they were staunch supporters of the club, and they had season tickets in a box for a number of years before they came to retirement age. When the business was when I joined the business, the box hadn't been in place for a long time, but we were still a key supplier of the club. So the relationship as a supplier to Norwich City has been around for 30 plus years now. And for probably 20 of those years, we've supported the club with a box and kind of always been a part of match days and things like that. When I took over as MD and bought the business in 2013, the question I got asked all the time is, when will you get a box again at Norwich? Because the customers just love that day out at what is a fantastic family-based club, and they just enjoyed the hospitality and the football and the action of supporting their local team. So in 2013 we became club partners. We got as part of that club partners deal, we had a box and agreed to sponsor the cleaning team. So you'll see the cleaning team on match days and around it. They're all sponsored by Anglian Chemicals, which is a fantastic thing to do because it's extra income for the club, but also the people get to see that there's a link between the two businesses, a local link as well. And I think the guys are quite proud that they use and support a local business and vice versa, really.
I think that's really important, especially as you say, you've been associated with the club for 30 years, from one form or another. It's great that we've got local businesses involved in, joining us on this adventure, wherever we'll be.
Yeah.
As a business, the whole world's been suffering. What's it been like for yourself in this, the last 2 or 3 months in this pandemic that's really took hold of the world?
Yeah, so I guess the first thing is I'm kind of eternally grateful that I'm in a business that has been allowed to continue and prosper, where a lot of people haven't had that benefit. That I haven't felt the same pressure that 95% of the country have felt in terms of having to derail and stop their normal everyday life. From day one, we were contacted and by the government and told that we should stay open because we're key and frontline, and that we need to diversify our manufacturing capabilities to focus solely on sanitizers, soaps, and disinfectants, which of course is exactly what we've done right from kind of day one. So very, very lucky to be able to kind of carry on the norm, going to work every day. It's been really interesting how our staff have reacted to it. There was a real, almost like a wartime effort. Everyone pulled together. They rolled the sleeves up. No one, every one of our 55 employees were game for the challenge. We had to be quite cute in how we did it so that we could social distance, we changed shifts, we changed working patterns. We adapted as a business to allow us to keep manufacturing and keep providing the NHS sanitizer and soap at what was, frankly, back in March, it was uncontrollable. There wasn't enough hours in the day to meet the capacity. We were getting hospitals from all over the country and all over Europe contacting us for supply because they literally were running out on a day-to-day basis. So it was pressured, it was difficult, but in all of that, the kind of pride and kind of moral glow through it has been really positive for everyone within the business, and we've filled roughly 10.5 million bottles of hand sanitizer. So if 10.5 million bottles would service, let's say, 20 people, that's a lot of potential life-saving cleaning that we've done as a business. So it's it's been an interesting time, but we are clearly in a more fortuitous position than most. So I'm grateful for that, really.
So not only you've been helping Norwich City, you've also been helping the NHS and everybody else that's needed over these crazy few months.
Yeah, absolutely. So we, to the point where we stopped supplying non-essential industries, which wasn't a difficult decision. We just had to make sure that the supplies were going to the places that needed them. So care homes, GPs, hospitals, and then food production, supermarkets, the vital elements of what was needed to keep the country going. We kind of tethered back our supply and made sure that they got what they needed in the quantities that they needed. So it was a bit of a juggling act, but it meant that the right people got the right products.
To get on to the next question, how has Anglian Chemicals helped the community, not just on the NHS, but the community in Norfolk? So through this, lots of organisations have been helping through the care packages. So a number of our distributors and customers have built care packages. So yourselves and the Community Sports Foundation, we provided 2,000 hand soap bottles, 3,000 toilet rolls at cost and in quick order, just and often at less than cost as a contribution to those care packages, which is a fantastic thing to be able to do. We've done that as well with some of our other distributors that have had the government care packages. So supplying sanitizers, hand soap, shower gels, all in the free bundles, which is great to be able to give something back. Norwich City have been at the forefront of the period poverty movement. So we, along with Norwich City, put 200 vending machines for female sanitary products
around the at Colney, at Carrow Road, and at the Nest, which means that anyone that needs free sanitary products will get free sanitary products through those vending machines, which was great to partner up with Norwich City, and yeah, generally supporting charities and the effort to get help where help's needed is massively at the forefront of our business, and also in Norwich City. You know, the work you do is phenomenal, and we're proud to be aligned with that, really.
Yeah, I actually delivered a few of them packages with Adam Drury and Simon Lappin, and
Yeah,
there were massive boxes
Yeah.
full of stuff. So it wasn't like a little bit of a gimme. It was proper stuff that people could actually use. It was amazing, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we've been inundated with phone calls actually on the back of the packages. You know, people saying how grateful they were for that, because our label was on the soaps and things. So saying how grateful they were to receive soap, because they couldn't physically keep themselves safe because they couldn't buy soap at that time. That's how crazy it was. So you guys were absolutely delivering vital products and vital, you know, food items and all. It was absolutely essential and massively appreciated by the people that received them.
Yeah, because it seems silly now, but right at the start of this, there wasn't any toilet roll, there wasn't any soap, there wasn't.
No.
So these packages obviously went a real way to helping people when they really needed it.
Absolutely did, and you should be really proud of that. It's a phenomenal thing to have done.
So obviously this COVID-19 has been a game changer, especially probably in your industry as well. Have you made any new products? Have you looked into any new products that are going to just be adapted to fight this virus?
Absolutely. We were one of the first companies to get a surface sanitizer tested against coronavirus strains. And we got that test results, and that's been passed. So needless to say, the club's benefiting from using those products. It's a certified surface cleaner that can be sprayed on everything, including clothing. To you know, and it's passed to kill coronavirus, as well as a number of other things. You know, it will kill HIV, MRSA. The list is far too long to quote, to be honest. But the important thing right now is that it's certified to kill coronavirus, and in a quick time. So we've got the surface sanitizer, which has been externally certified. Not a lot of people have got the certification. They're stating it kills the product, but having that certification is absolutely key, especially where, you know, employers have a duty of care to their employees, and never more so than a football club. You want to know that the stuff you're using is going to do the job and be certified to do the job. There's actually only 2 labs in the UK that can do the testing, because they are deadly viruses, as proven. So actually getting a test and getting it in good time, we're really lucky that we got our product into that lab, into one of those 2 labs, right back in early March.
And that won't just be used in obviously Colney and Carrow Road. It also we use countrywide, hopefully. Yeah.
So it is being used at Norwich City, absolutely, and it always has been, actually. But it was used pre-testing, so you can be safe in the knowledge that you were using the right product way before this happened.
They're probably using it to spray the pitches and the footballs now. That's probably how good it is. Because that's what they're doing every day, apparently. That's what I've been told. They're spraying the pitches, spraying the footballs.
Yeah.
Rays getting sprayed. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next development phase for us is looking at fogging machines and getting a product to put in fogging machines, or a can where you can literally you can cut down the cleaning time by having a machine manually spray and mist the rooms with the same products that's tested. So we have the liquid. We just need the vehicle to fog it and mist it now, which will mean that cleaning rooms like changing rooms, cleaning your physio areas, your gyms, your mats, and all of that can be done automatically. You can put a fogger in there, and it hits 99.9% of all surfaces in the room. So it's that's the next level. The thing that we're pushing now is for accuracy of dispense, I guess, and not relying on a human to clean every surface.
That's probably going on to the next question. Over the years, probably stadiums have probably not been known as the cleanest. It's okay, the brand new ones, which are all brand spanking new, but if you go down the leagues, there's a lot of stadiums that are older and probably harder to keep clean. So, how has that changed over the years, stadiums and trying to keep things clean? Obviously, using your product will make a massive difference.
Yeah, they would. I've got to say, Norwich City are very good in terms of their cleaning regimes. So that your teams have worked with our teams, and the kind of cleaning rota and process and procedures has always been second to none compared to even some of the bigger teams. The availability of soap in every toilet and hand towels in every toilet, that's absolute. Yeah, you've always had everything that you should have, and most football clubs don't. So I guess it will be hard to avoid as an employer of staff and somewhere that is going to have the public entering it now as a facility. The due diligence and duty of care piece is going to be absolutely huge, and the risk assessments of making sure that there's all these cleaning routines in place with products that will do the job, as well as the hand hygiene. So in reality, before you enter a stadium, you're going to have to make sure that everyone has sanitised their hands.
So that's going to be my next question. Obviously, eventually, fans are going to come back. We don't know how long it's going to take, or how many months it's going to be, but eventually, fans are going to come back, and they're going to be expecting certain things they're going to have to do. Expecting everywhere to be spotless. Yeah. So how do you see the game going forward to actually get fans back into the stadium?
So spraying and misting surfaces is going to be paramount with a product that will kill it. So the fogging element, the backpacks and sprays for all the seats before and after every game is going to be an absolute must. And I mean, it's a bit of an exclusive. The machine's not arrived yet, but we've invested heavily in a sachet machine. That sachet will have 3 ml of certified and tested hand gel in it, which will giving away a hand gel or a sachet to everyone that enters a building or a public building like that, for me, is just going to be part of normal life now. I can't see how a football club is going to be able to allow 27,000 people into the stadium with 500 ml of what is an extremely flammable liquid. So it's a problem. It's one that's probably not even been thought about and addressed yet. But hoping to try and beat the curve, we've invested in that machinery and kit that means you can put 3 ml of sanitizer on your hands, which is ample. It's more than enough. And then throw that sachet away. You ensure then that all 27,000 people have been given that, and you've kind of done as much as you physically can, because it's a two-phase sanitization. You need to stop it getting into the ground. As soon as you walk in, the hands need to be cleaned and sanitized. Then when you've been in the ground, before you take anything away, you really need to sanitize again. So it's the entrance and exit sanitization that's really important in anything that you do. So by doing it when you get out, say you go into the shops, if you sanitize your hands when you get out of the car, you're then protecting anything you touch whilst you're outside that car. You're protecting other people because you're touching it clean. Likewise, whatever you've touched, it could have been dirty. So then before you get back in your car, you clean your hands. If everyone does that entrance exit mentality, the virus will be controlled far better.
It's like I say, it's crazy that this is going to be the new norm, and everyone's going to use these products. And even if you say cleaning the seats, I didn't even think of that. But the seats are going to have to be cleaned after every single game, aren't they? It's kind of like, it's crazy.
Yeah, so it especially when the games are in quick succession. So the research is not fully present yet, but they say that it dies between 48 hours and 72 hours on plastics and metals. So in some respects, if there's only a game every week, the virus would have died on those surfaces. But until someone can say it only lasts 48 hours or 72 hours on plastic and metal, you need to be acting with that duty of care and spraying those seats down.
So there's going to be a lot of hard work on a Saturday to Tuesday game just to make sure that everything's all right and ready for the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. The cleaning team will certainly have their works cut out for them, that's for sure. But we'll do everything we can to help and aid that and speed it up and ensure the standards are kept high, really.
Well, I'm sure that everyone who's watched this, all the fans, realise what a great partnership we've got with you, and we're in safe hands. Safe hands, make sure we're safe going into the future.
Yeah, I'd like to think so, and it's important that the awareness continues because we don't know how long we will remain free of it before the next strain comes along. I guess I think it's been a real rude awakening for all nations around the world, really. So
hopefully we can get on top of it, and like I say, hopefully we'll get fans back at Carrow Road as quick as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. But for now, I'm excited just to see some football on the TV.
Yeah. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we'll get back to it and hopefully stay up in this Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely. How's training going?
I'm assuming that they're full on contact training now. So you're looking, they've got 2.5 weeks to get fit. Probably not long enough, but everyone's in the same. So
yeah, true.
It's going to be interesting times.
For sure.
Anyway, thanks a lot.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.